It's okay. All right, folks. So we're taking this one, old Ram, apart to figure out where the parts go. The old Ram, they're both old Ram. But anyway, so far, I put an O-ring on here, and I put these hard plastic pieces in here. There's gonna be no technical names involved in this. So this hard plastic piece. So I got your new. This I know is called a wiper ring, I believe. So I got that. I know, I believe I have. Anyway, so I got that on there, and I'll put this wiper ring on here. These are conveniently split, so they go on relatively easy. The white ring, not so much. I put it in boiling water. I know water and hydraulics, but put it in boiling water, soften it up, and stretch it so it would come back on there a little bit. And it cooled down and fits nice. The other one I did put on there dry, and it seems to be okay. I mean, but you know, it was a pain. Trying not to mix these up. I don't want to. This was the one Ram. This is the other Ram that goes with this. But what we're doing is we're slowly taking this thing apart and replacing pieces as we go. That way I'm sure that I don't forget or not put a piece in. So right now I'm going to pull this O-ring here off. And I'm also cleaning as I go, to the best of my ability anyway. This Ram wasn't leaking, so I hope we don't make a one leaking Ram into two leaking Rams by doing this. We're going to try it. So there's that O-ring. That system had some water in it. That's why it's got rust, because it has some water in it. So obviously. Also, like I said, I don't know what year this tractor is. So we got a big O-ring here. Oh, now look, I didn't see that. There's a spacer in there, this rubber also. We have another spacer here, that's how I noticed. I'll pull that spacer out. Well, that spacer wasn't in great shape. Also rubber. Spacer first. Man, I hate the way these things fit, dude. It's so terrifying. I mean, they're new, theoretically. They shouldn't break. They ought to stretch, right? But once you stretch them, they stay big, hoping it'll shrink back down. And then the O-ring, brand new O-ring. That's the outside of that done. Now we got to get the seal out of here somehow. And there's a blue ring in there. This is that blue ring. Getting the seal out ought to be fun. I don't have no idea. I know how I would normally get them out, which is probably what I'm going to have to do here. Can we back that up so I can put this in? All right, so we'll get this seal out of here. Don't really care if we tear it up because we got to put a new one. There's the seal. Here's a new seal, but I want to see exactly what's all in here because I don't recognize those two white pieces, so I'm concerned about where they go. I'll clean this up a little bit. You always want to put these seals in, no matter what anybody says. They need to go in dry. It's a bad decision to try to put them in there when they're not dry because they'll sometimes pop out. Alright, so now I see where that white ring goes now. It's down inside the throat of this thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the pick. I'm going to pull these pieces out of here. I'm going to try to find, okay, here's the opening in the blue ring. Get the blue ring out, maybe. I bet getting this back in there is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to leave one of those over there, son. There's a long pair of needle nose over there somewhere. So you get your regular size short needle nose out there. My needle nose accidentally ate some Viagra. But anyway, get them short needle nose out. I'll reach in here and try to get this. Damn. Blue ring out of here. Blue ring. All right. Now, other than that, see what else is in here. That's hard. There's that. I believe that's that white plastic thing. That's right there. I can already tell you putting this back in ain't gonna be no fun. Usually if they won't come out, they won't go back in. Alright. Trying to be very careful so that I can see which way it's facing. And it makes no difference which way it faces. Theoretically, I guess. Yeah, I must say it makes no difference, but I think it should go this way. And that'll be it. We'll be out of parts for this one. So let's get this in first. I'm going to put it in this way. I'm going to wipe everything. Try to make sure there's no grit, grime, or other things that may impair it going in there. And what I think I'm going to do is try to push it down in there. It is more rubbery. But look at the size of it compared to the hole it's going to go in. The other end, it fits the big ID, or ID interior diameter, but it won't. I mean, getting this thing in here is going to be ridiculous. There's a lip right there, so we're going to go in this way with it. I'll try not to destroy it. Probably should have told Clint to buy 3 sets of everything. Might be a good idea, man. Son, you got any brilliant ideas for how to get that down in there?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, he got his editor voice on for a second. Not necessarily Tim the Tool Man. I got one idea. Throw the whole thing in the trash, buy a new RAM.
That was the first idea that I had.
I want to go back to why I hate these things. This is retarded. That's right.
No.
No. Yeah, no.
I know I won't be able to do it.
Alright, so this is how we're going to reassemble this one. I'm going to do this. I already reassembled the other one off camera. Call it practice or whatever, but try to save y'all the English of having to watch 2 of them, because it's kind of difficult to get them back together. On this cylinder here, somebody drilled a hole in here so they could clip the other wire in there and pull it in, which is, I ain't going to say it's dumb because it's good, but also be careful weakening this. Don't drill all the way through. They did not drill all the way through. If they would have been, piece would have been room. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make sure I didn't lay these anything else. We're going to put the flat part of this versus the concave part, flat part down. Put it on here. it'll basically pop itself in the right direction, hopefully. So the concave part's facing out. Now we gotta get the O-ring in there. You want this all the way down. Best as possible, get it all the way down. The O-ring will help push once it's down. I'm gonna take the O-ring, put over the top of this. These O-rings are pretty resilient deals here, but so it'll go in there, and that's how that looks, and that's all. That's what seals this in the housing of the ram. And then now you get the internals. This is the part that's no fun. Make sure you're clean here where your seal's gonna go. You don't want crap in there, especially grease or hydraulic oil, anything that might make the seal pop out. All right, now we're gonna take this deal. We're gonna try to get it in there, and I don't know any good way to do this. This has to be half its size to fit down the shaft, so it can go inside there. Gotta go inside that ring. I don't know if y'all can see there's a ring, a big dent. This fits in. This needs to be facing this way. It's flared out on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna make sure they're not sharp in any way. They can't hurt this thing. I'm gonna twist this thing around itself like this. Get it down in the hole. Now, the goal is to get it close to where it goes without pushing it all the way through. So you might have to try this once or twice. It didn't work. I'm also not squeezing very hard here, so that's part of the issue. They might make a tool for this. I don't know. If they do, I don't know. Past the first ridge. I'm gonna try to get it past the second one. Push it too far. Might try to put it through from the other side. Just still bear in mind that flange needs to go down. Let's try that. Twist it this way again. It's all slick because fingers aren't clean. Try to roll it up. It kind of wants to go in the wrong direction, of course. Okay, it's in there. Get it down inside itself. Okay. That's what it looks like right now. It's not pretty. But we're going to try to work it down into the groove. And that's it. It's in there. Flange is facing the right way. Popped in there nice and tight, like it should. Now this is the easiest part of the ram, this interior wiper ring. What you're gonna do is just move it over itself, push it down in the hole, and open it up, just like that. That's all she wrote for that. So this is theoretically rebuilt without the seal. So the seal is a whole nother animal. Seals are delicate, fragile, leakable things. So we'll take it. On these seals here, I noticed they had this seal pushed in this way. These things will usually say oil side on them. These don't, but I just noticed the way the weather orientation was. I know it goes this way, just like that. What I'm gonna do is try my best not to damage it in any way. I'm gonna get a wooden block here, set on top of it, and I could press it with a press, but man, you can so easily destroy it. So I'm just gonna tap it with a dead blow hammer a little bit here. See how one side went down? We'll tap the other side down. Today's word is gently. Gently tap. Once it's lined up, it'll go pretty easy. it's ringing a lot. That's because it's metal pieces, just high carbon steel just sitting on the ring. See, the seal's not straight, didn't go, so it'll come right back out, and we'll try to. I've seen people put sockets on here, folks. I've got 4-inch sockets. I can do that too. That's not the point. The point is to try to get the seal in here without damaging it. You put a 4-inch socket or a socket even the size of this seal, 4 inches, bad example. Just bragging on the size tool I have. But anything you put in here that's solid, you risk the chance of damaging the seal. I'm gonna keep working this thing until I get it started. Might wind up pressing it. Sure, I don't want to. Put this way. Try to straighten it. Try to make sure everything is straight. Set it down in there. In there. Now essentially, we rebuilt the RAM without the reassembly process. We're going to reassemble. Train. Nice, huh? Reassembling. Not bad, really. So I'm going to put this back on here. Make sure it's the right orientation. Now remember, this piece went to the leaking RAM. I'm not going to use that one. I'll use this one. Try to keep all the original parts original. Get this back on here. I know I'm out of shot here. Just getting it back on. Probably going to have to put some hydraulic oil in it. Get it back on there. It's pretty snug fit. Otherwise, it would leak. So I'm gonna pause y'all. Actually, I'll probably just shoot some. Instead of pausing y'all, just shoot a little wrench on here. A little lube it up. Get everything slick for the initial fit up. Just remember the seal goes toward that end because this has got to fit in the tube. Pretty dry, folks. Work it back and forth a little. Make sure nothing's pinched. Yeah, it's cleaning that RAM as it goes. You can tell right there, there's a good solid fit. Alright, so now that's on there. This piece here is next. And most RAMs have a little O-ring or something here. This one doesn't have that, which is I find odd, but this will fit down on here. Remember, I had to press it before, so. Again, no hard hammers. No hard hammers on this stuff. Alright, I'm just going to put the nut back on it off camera because I got to go to the tractor to do it, and I'll be back. All right, got the nut tight on this one. Everything's clean. And this is the one that we took apart last, the Marion wire we had all the trouble with. We're gonna reassemble it. Tried to keep all the same parts of the same rims together. So I just wanted to be clear. Try not to mismatch the parts. Try to be careful putting this stuff together. Making it slick free doesn't hurt anything. Use something compatible with hydraulic oil. We'll push this inside here. It's going to fit really tight. This is the working part of the ring. This is where you really have to be careful. Work it, make it fit easy. Work it. Don't shove it in there without getting it in there, fitting in there. We gotta get past the wire. That stupid wire ring hole. That seal just popped into it. If you look in there, you can see that that's the issue. I gotta get it past it. Cut it. Back to the drawing board. All right, so I changed that ring out I pinched. Got it back together. Carefully this time. I filed the inside a little bit, make sure there was no sharp edges so that didn't happen. And now I have the wire, the Marion wire. And I'm about to attempt to put it back in. I did modify the Marion wire. Made a little hook on that end. So it won't get sucked in there again for the next time it has to come apart. If there's a next time, which, Lord, I hope there's not. But you never know. Sometimes things happen. So I'm going to put the wire on, stretch it over the end of the rim. Remember what I said, it's spring, so don't get fooled by thinking you can force this thing to do anything. It's not going to do anything. All you're going to do is break it. Tap it in there. Reshaping it a little right now, just me. Get it. I gotta get it started in there. So what I'm gonna have to do probably will have to wait for the board to come back and spin it for me. He went to the restroom. Plus it's Sunday. I hate to keep asking him to help. It's Sunday. So that's the moral of the story. We have to get the wire back there. I'll try to turn it with a plate for myself and see if I can force it, but doubtful. Big aluminum pipe wrenches are nice, but they're, I hate to say it, this is a nice USA made wrench, but they're lighter. They're not as good as the cast iron wrench, in my opinion. It did move a little. It's moving. Not fast. Tap and turn, tap and turn, tap and turn. ball peen hammer. Pressure. 100%. Gonna have to have 2 people. So I'm gonna pause y'all. The wire somewhat tight to the ram. Pause y'all. Wait for the boy to get out the restroom. Finish getting the wire in there. Alright folks, I got the sun back out the blowout hole. Oh, that's an internal joke. Y'all might not get that. Anyway, we're gonna try to get the wire back in there. He's gonna turn it. Go get a pair of channel locks so you can turn it with a big pair of channel locks. That way you're not.
Well, what happened to our big pair of channel locks?
Well, we didn't have a big pair of channel locks out here. We had a pipe wrench.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna go get a big pair of channel locks out the plier drawer in there. Hoping that'll make things a little easier. Because it'll turn fairly easy. It's all lubed up, pre-assembled. And then we're gonna go back on the machine with them. This one's hard to move still, but anyway, hoping it'll, once it gets some hydraulic oil on it, it'll lube up. Already, I'll just put those pieces, aluminum pieces back on their tapered side to the back, wiper ring to the back, then that rubber ring. Put the big nuts on there and just crank them down. You ain't, you know, I don't know if there's torque specs for them or not, but it's internal. It's not going to vibrate loose. Even if it does, it would be a disaster, but it's not likely that it would happen. If it does vibrate loose, the ram will quit going back. It'll only go out. So right now we're going to get some big channel locks appropriately sized to this. We're going to try to turn this and tap it in there, but he's going to stand right in front of your camera.
Yep.
So I'm going to move it over here. Ooh, helicopter ride. Free helicopter rides. Alright. You're going to get them appropriately sized. That ain't the biggest pair I've got, but that might work. See if you can get a. They are too big, huh? Can you turn it? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You're turning it the correct direction. I'd like you to lower them down to here, though, so I can get on here with it. And I'm going to just clip these. And first I'm just going to try to push. Nope. Second, we're going to resort to the condenser. Tap it in while you turn it, right? Actually,
I don't think it's moving. I think it's moving.
yeah, we're not winning, huh? We ought to get it back out of there if we can. Drill a little dent in it, make a 90-degree bend in it, stick it in a little dent. That's what they did on that one. I'm gonna turn it the other way. See if we can get it back out of there. For a little, look at that. Why did it go so easy that way? But I think we'll put us a little 90-degree bend here. Drill a dent in there. Try it.
Okay.
I really don't want to get metal shavings inside the ram, but you can't pull these back out. If people that are listening, this ram is tapered, but not tapered this way. So if you try to pull that back out of there, you need a new O-ring. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna probably stick a magnet to a drill bit and drill a hole in there the diameter of this wire. I'm gonna bend a little piece so that we can use that hole to suck this wire in. So We'll come back when that's done. All right, folks, we did a little dent in there. Make sure we got no metal shavings in there. We used a vacuum and all that. Cleaned it all up. Make sure there was no metal shavings. We bent the wire 90 degrees on the end. Little short end. Barely made a dent. Now we're going to see if it'll suck it in there. Looks like it's working fine. Nope, till you turn the whole ram on me here. Let me get some help on there. I don't want to break it off. I'm going to go ahead and tap it. Hold it. Don't suck the vice grips down and hold. Like there's any danger of that happening. Well, buy nothing from Harbor Freight but a present for somebody you don't like. Alright, there you go. Pull it right on downtown. I did leave that where it can't get sucked in again. There you go. Smartest thing you can do if you do rebuild these and you think you might ever have to take it apart again, or even if you think you don't, make it good for the next guy, put a little on the end of there so it can't go sucking in there. You know what I mean? Alright, we're going to suck the other one inside now. It already had a dent from the factory, so you can hand me that, Sam. Not the factory, the last moron that did this was smart. Not some self-proclaiming smartness. Like I said, this one already has a dent. I know that ram's facing a weird way, but I don't want to get on this, so we're going to put this in the dent. I'll have to hold it down while you suck it. Let me get up. Let me hold it down while you suck it. Hold on now. This, the screwdriver will drive out and fit the slot. Alright. Hold on. I'll just down in there a little bit. There you go. Suck it on there. All the way. Keep going. It'll. Was it hung or something? No, it just got hard on it. This one don't have a little hook on the end, so don't suck it all the way in there.
Okay.
Stop right there. I should have put a hook on that one too, huh?
Still can't. Theoretically.
Customized by J.A.M. Forge. Never to be a pain in the butt again. Alright, time to reassemble the tractor. See if they leak or not. So I'll put the pins back in, find one bolt that I broke off. This is the ram that I had to clean up, that they had all the welding spatter on that I believe was what ruined the ram. So I polished it, cleaned it up. I'm going to check it to make sure when it's fully retracted it doesn't get into this welded part. If it does, I'll do some more grinding on that and make it slick. I don't think it can, but this had spatter all over it, and it was what tore the ram up, I believe, because there's no other logical explanation for what happened. All right, well, I'm going to reassemble this thing, bleed all air out, see if it works, and we'll come back to you with a working video at the end. Here they are, fully assembled and not leaking. Successfully rebuilt by J.A.M. Forge and Son, McGregor's Handmade.